Hello, I'm Doug, and this is the Taste and Sensibility channel. And today we are doing a review, honey review number 11, of this Leatherwood honey from Tasmania. So I've got a couple of Tasmanian honeys in this series, and this one is from the Leatherwood tree. So the tree has some flowers, has some blossoms, and the bees come there. Then the bees take the nectar off to their hives, and then someone has to find those hives deep in the wilds of Tasmania and gather the honey up. So this I got from Amazon. This was on the order of $26-27 for this exotic honey from a different continent, and I'd say it's worth it, but it's not going to be something you want every day. But when it came, I didn't really get it at first. It was very complicated, very complex, and a little on the stinky side on the nose. So I was going to put this in the challenging honey group that's coming up as a set in a few reviews. But the more I got used to it and found my way around in all the notes, it's really only the aroma that has all the unpleasant characteristics. On the palate, it is the most floral and perfumey thing that's just nice and sweet and pretty. So I went ahead and gave it its own review, and we'll dig into it right now. So it's in a metal tin with a metal cap, so it might take a little prying to get the thing off. It's got nice pictures, nice little hummingbird here on top, and the tin has lots of information on describing the honey and the trees and where everything comes from. Oh, and it's kind of solidified. It's a paste. It is there's no liquid at all that I can see, but that doesn't keep you from getting it on a toothpick or a spoon or knife and spreading it out on your bread or dissolving it in tea. So I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but I'll be digging things out with spoons, I think. So that's just a pry bar. So here's the problem. On the nose, you get all sorts of unpleasant things. When I put it up, there's a large floral component that when you really have it around for long, I get notes of like rotting wood, rotting leaves, something that's been out in your backyard too long, something under the rotting wood, a big log, and this is the moist soil underneath that's maybe got fungus and mushrooms growing and things like that. Almost every note you come up with has an unpleasant connotation. So I'm picking up all sorts of things that says, wait, something has gone horribly wrong. And it's just such concentrated aromas and flavors that if you smell it first, you might not go in and eat it. So that's the main problem with it. But once you taste it, you go, oh wow, that is really nice. So I'm going to try to get some on my toothpick here. And that's hard to do because this is so solidified there. I got a big gob. Once it's actually on your palate, it's smooth, buttery, floral, and perfumey. And the floral notes are so exotic and different and otherworldly, I don't have any descriptors for them. But it strongly reminds me of all the Hawaiian honeys that I have that are also exotic and far away. And I don't really come across those flowers. So they're not part of my olfactory history that I can recall. But this is just sweet and buttery and smooth and perfumey. It's good. So I'm going to dig up a little bit more with a spoon here. I want to read some of my notes. This was when I first reviewed it for myself. I said on the nose, sour, musty, earthy, fungal, rotting wood. Part of the notes on the palate might be part of an old leather chair. And on the arrival, The taste on the arrival. Ultra floral, perfumey notes, overwhelm nuances. I've walked into shops that smell like this with potpourri and fragrance, but this is a taste, meaning nothing in that shop was edible, and it smelled like this. Interesting. Okay. So I'm going to take a little bigger serving out of this and put it over more of my tongue. Medium sweetness, good strong punch of sweetness, but it's so perfumey and floral. It seems to cut the sweetness some. I'm looking for maltiness or grain or umami or other things I've picked up in this kind of honey from Tasmania, from the other one. And it's just a wonderful, good, sweet honey. The Manuka is what I was trying to think of. Oh, this is excellent. So I'll put a link down below in the description to the Tasmanian Honey Company so you can see what other kinds of things that they have. Then another thing I usually do in these reviews is to put this on some kind of bread, put it in tea, and see how it holds up. Do the characteristics that make this honey unique or different persist? Or do you have to do, are they lost in the food? So we will do that now. This biscuit is not very hot, and it's probably not going to help melt and smooth out the honey and make it run. But it's delicious. Let's see how it mixes with food. All the flavors, all the floral notes are jumping right out. So this is the fanciest, most exotic thing I've ever put on a buttermilk biscuit, I think. Certainly does the job of sweetening, and all that exotic floral nature is right there in the middle of it. Which is a little odd. So if that works for you, those notes come right through. I'm going to move on to the tea. This is a mild black tea without a lot of strong flavors. I believe it's Trader Joe's Irish breakfast tea. I'm putting like a teaspoon-sized glob, maybe 2 teaspoons, into this cup. It's probably 8 ounces or more. It's fairly warm, so it won't take long to dissolve. This little blob. And I'll see how those flavors and aromas persist in here. I don't have notes on my tasting sheet about how it went with food, how it went with the tea. I think I'm getting it. Yeah, all those characteristics survive. It's floral, perfumey. So if you like that aspect of it, it goes straight to your taste buds. So that is very interesting. Just be careful about smelling it, or be careful about letting other people smell it if you want them to taste it. So that's a big recommend on this one. If you can afford to spend that much on honey, it might seem extravagant, but it's very exotic and rare. and might be worth tasting once. So if you like the reviews you're seeing here, subscribe to the channel. Give this review a thumbs up or thumbs down if you don't like it. But subscribe to the channel and click the bell for notifications. I try to put them out every Monday and Thursday, and you'll get notified if that bell is on. And leave comments down below and let me know what you've had and what you think about the various honeys and how I'm doing reviewing them. So I think I'll go on alternating between single reviews like this and collections for a while until we get to the end. So I'm hoping for about 25, 26 reviews total. And this is the end of number 11. So that's all for now.